What's up, you guys? Danger Rock here. Today, you guys are in for a special treat because today I'm going to be reviewing the Spectacular Spider-Man action figure with snap-on scuba gear. So, this is actually the second one of these that I recently got in. I've actually been army building Spectacular Spider-Man for quite a while now. Those of you guys who watch my other videos know that I army build these figures because this is my favorite Spider-Man cartoon ever made, and actually this is probably one of my favorite Spider-Man action figures ever made, if not my favorite. So what we're going to be doing today is taking a closer look at the figure and the accessories that he comes with. So this is the snap-on scuba gear that he comes with, and what's really cool about it is when you take the gear off of him, it folds into a spider. So this would come right off. These two things attached to his arms, and there is some assembly required when you get this. So it just comes on him in the package like that, where you would have to take off his head to slide the scuba gear on. So what we're going to do right now is we're actually going to do that. Take his head off. We slide the scuba gear on. We put these gauntlet-like things on his arms. They don't just slide right on. You actually got to snap them into place, but once you get them on, you're fine. A trick to doing this is you just look for the part of his arm where you can slide it on. There we go. Now, for his backpack, nice. So now we got Spider-Man with his snap-on scuba gear. His mask, actually, you can put it on, and you have to just push it on. The only problem with that is that it's rubber, so when you try to get the mask off, if it's on there too tight, it's going to be a hassle to get it off. But just to give you guys an idea of what he looks like with the mask on, yeah, that's not my ideal look for Spider-Man. So taking the mask off, here's how he looks with his scuba gear, which interesting fact is that in the season 2 episode, the third episode, Reinforcement, when he's fighting Rhino and he's near a water fire hydrant thing, it says scuba gear, but they don't actually show this scuba gear in the show. This was just for the action figure line, I guess, so that's what's really interesting. But what you could do is, when you display Spider-Man, you could display him with his gear on like this. He will stand perfectly fine without any balance issues because this figure's got really good articulation. So I think Spider-Man looks pretty good like that. Or maybe what we could do to make the pose a lot cooler is just to have him holding his scuba mask. Like, yeah, that looks pretty cool. Like he's fighting Electro, because as we all know, Electro's weakness is water. So what I'm actually going to do for you guys before we take this armor off of him and go through the figure's articulation, I am going to bring in this video yet another Spectacular Spider-Man figure, which these two figures are exactly the same. And like I said, it's really nice to have an army of these guys now. I think that looks super cool next to each other. And these just look so great next to one another. And also, what I want to compare them to is Across the Spider-Verse Spider-Man. This is the Peter B. Parker. This was the basic figure, which I decided to compare him because I'm sure you guys have seen that Josh Keaton's Spectacular Spider-Man makes a cameo appearance in Across the Spider-Verse. He appears once when Miguel is showing Miles a canon event. He's holding Captain George Stacy, telling him that he's so sorry. And he also appears again at the scene where he says, "We know it's hard, but it's the truth, Miles." And I just really like seeing him again. Also, when we look at the background, we could also see a clip from the episode Intervention, the animated version of Peter Parker. But because these two were both Spider-Man animated figures, I thought it would be really nice for comparison. And since we're on the topic of nostalgia, what I have here is another one of my favorite Spider-Man figures. This is the superposable Spider-Man 3. Now, this is the one that has the toe articulation. He has the movable two fingers right here. And he's red and black instead of red and blue. But we could get him standing up right next to these guys. So let's actually take a look on how all these Spider-Man figures look together. I think they all look pretty good together, honestly. It's really nice. Since the Spider-Man 2 figures had a bit more of a bigger chest frame, I would say this is the Spider-Man 3 superposable version, which he also came out for the release of Spider-Man 2. I guess they just repackaged him for Spider-Man 3, but we got my favorite Spider-Man movie, my favorite Spider-Man cartoon, and I guess Across the Spider-Verse would be my second favorite Spider-Man movie. I mean, my first would be Spider-Man 2. So all of these guys look great next to each other. Now, taking these two guys out for the moment, and we're going to go back to this guy since he looks really cool with his scuba armor. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take the armor off of him. And, all right, removing his head, taking the armor off. And now I'm going to show you guys how to fold the armor back into a spider. So let's put our Spectacular Spider-Man aside. These two things go right on right here. They slide in pretty easily, so if you wiggle the figure, it won't come out at all. And this little spot right here, there's a little hole piece right on the back of his mask, which we could put right in there and it'll hold. Then you just do this with the legs. And look at that, we got a spider, which actually looks like a pretty big spider, actually. That looks pretty cool. And another interesting thing is I have a lot of them in a bag somewhere, but they came with these little cyber spiders that were like that big in different sizes and different colors. So that's something you get with the Spider Charged wave, which it was the second wave of Spectacular Spider-Man figures. I guess they called it Spider Charged for season 2. Now, getting into the articulation for this figure, you can fully rotate his head, a full 360. Arms fully rotate. He has shoulder joints that go up that far. They bend at the elbows. They swivel at the wrists. He's got a diaphragm joint right here, which could fully rotate. He's got an ab crunch that could go that far. It goes more far up than it does far down, but that's actually okay. Legs can kick outward. he actually has a ball joint right here, so you actually have to move the joint to get him, crouch him into pretty spidery poses. But since this is a really old figure, now I'm not going to do that. He could bend at the knees, and he does have foot articulation. So what's really interesting is, since this figure was released twice in the Spectacular Spider-Man action figures, here's 1 and 2. Let's see if we could get a year on this guy. This guy says 2008. And now let's get our other Spider-Man. This one says 2008 as well. So they really are the exact same figure. Now, take a look at them from the back side. I love that spider logo. It looks so accurate to the cartoon, in my opinion. Yeah, these guys look really, really cool. And I've actually changed my mind. This is my favorite Spider-Man figure. Now, there is a superposable version of this guy, which I will be reviewing soon. I mean, that guy's really cool. It's just he's got more of a chest articulation, and he's got more articulation in general, so he might look a little bit taller than this guy, but the faces and everything look exactly the same. So it's honestly hard to tell, but since these guys right here bring back a lot of nostalgia for me, I remember waking up Saturday mornings, putting my TV on to the CW, channel 57, because on Kids WB, Saturday mornings, this is what would come on. And I remember going to Target and Toys R Us and seeing these figures from the cartoon just staying there on the peg on the shelves. And I'm like, you know what? I need those. I wanted those so much when I was younger. And what's really cool is that even now that I'm 24 years old, I still kept them all this time. And yeah, forever my favorite Spider-Man figure and my favorite Spider-Man cartoon, Spectacular Spider-Man. And yeah, this has been my review of the Spectacular Spider-Man action figure with snap-on scuba gear. If you like this video, please leave a like. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think of this figure? Does it bring back any happy memories from when you were a kid? Or did you get the different versions of this figure? Like, he was released with the wall-hanging web. He was released with a web dart, which it actually had a hole in his right hand for the web dart. Did you have the superposable version? Because this guy got released multiple times throughout that line, and there was another one where he was red and silver. There was one where he was orange and blue instead of red and blue. So yeah, there's a few different variations of this guy. There's probably more than what I just thought of, especially for the black costume Spider-Man. They re-released him a lot. So yeah, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think. Please like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching as always, and I'll see you guys on the next video review.